Hello everyone, it's Muraski Okami again, with another translation. But you probably already know that because I can't believe it. It's only been out for like a day as of time of recording this, and it's already sold really, really well. And honestly, I cannot thank you guys enough for your support. It has been blooming fantastic, you know. It really does make this whole translation hobby worthwhile. I mean, it is anyway, but it just gives it that extra magic, though, in that I'm making you guys happy, and I'm happy, you're happy, everyone's happy. So yeah. Interestingly about this one's slightly different. This manga was actually the first manga I've ever translated. Yeah, you're probably wondering why you're only getting it now. Well, that's because since it was my first translation, you're actually reading a revised version of the original translation. The original translation was like, it wasn't very good. It was my first time, and the writing style was off, and DLSite properly bollocked me. They were like, "What the hell is this?" So yeah, what I did, because I was trying to get right, but then it got suspended. Yeah, that can happen. So I was like at my wit's end, and then I did the dog boy translation to be like, okay, this is like, last chance. If this doesn't work out, because I would thought, okay, let's try this different writing style with a clean slate. So I did that one, and that one passed with no problems, as you already know, and became the first translation to become released. And then after I sort of like got rolling with like the other translations, I went back to this one. The suspension was already over by then, and I literally retranslated the entire thing. Like, luckily this one wasn't too dialogue heavy, because there is another one I am working on that is so dialogue heavy. Anyway, we'll get to that one when we get to that one. So this one's got quite a little hilarious story to it. Okay, the story's about a girl who accidentally locks herself out of the house because she left her home keys at work. That's happened to a lot of us. That makes me laugh. I don't know, just something about her being like, shit. Oh no, I just find that panel hilarious. I just find the page hilarious. And then she asks her neighbor, Shinobu, who, she's got a huge crush on her neighbor. But there's a bit of a twist to it, which unfortunately the English title gives away. It's the same as her other work about called Drag Vamp Ex Maiden. That one also gave away the secrets. But the Shinobu, it's literally the Japanese title of this is Shinobu Next Door. That is the literal translation. While this one is Shinobu, the drag next door. You're giving away the surprise. You're giving away the surprise. I mean, I guess I kind of understand why, and it's not, the name isn't as clunky as Drag Vamp Ex Maiden. That is just a really clunky one. This one is slightly better, but again, I wouldn't have personally called it that. So yeah, this manga is sorry. This manga is the same author who made Drag Vamp Ex Maiden, as you've probably seen from like the art style. You're probably thinking, oh, this art style is familiar. And yes, it is gorgeous. And I've already spoke about her in her artwork and art style in the Drag X Vamp manga, so I won't go over that again. Because we've already talked about that. yeah, again, this is her newer manga. This is slightly newer. Like, I think it came out. Actually, I think it's only about 2 months old at the time of recording this. Like, the actual manga came out about 2 or 3 months ago, and it's already gotten translated by me. Yeah, because I know that some manga on the DLSite Translators Unite program has been on there for years and years and haven't yet got a translation. There's so many like new ones that are getting translated, but like a load of like older titles that are just getting forgotten about. And I am sort of focusing on slightly older titles, unless it's like this title here, which is newer and you know, it's one of my favorite mangaka I've worked with so far, and it's like, you know, I'm going to nab it. You know, I know it's newer than what I usually do, but I'm nabbing this one. I am loving nabbing this one. So yeah, this one is definitely a one-shot story. The author didn't do any indication that there will be a part 2 of this one. In fact, the next manga that's coming out from her is like a I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of like a Cinderella isekai story. But honestly, these villain isekai shoujos are just getting a dime a dozen. Why can't we be anything other than the villain? Why can't we be like, I don't know, the hero of the story? Why do we have to be the villain and not? Because many of these like villain manga, they don't really act like very villainous. There's no like villainous isekai where they act like the villain. They're just like, oh, woe is me, slapstick, funny. And it's kind of like, where's the hard villains? Where is the proper villains properly causing chaos, taking over the kingdom, and having a harem in the process? You know, like some sort of like NTR thing. I don't know. Good thing it's probably a good thing I'm not a mangaka, because otherwise the isekai I would draw, oh boy. So yeah, my favorite panel when translating this one, honestly, when I first saw it, when I was translating it, I was like, oh damn, and I had to stop for a few minutes to take a breather, because I was like, because honestly, even like the good thing about manga is that they can make sexy panels without genitals. Like, you know, it's sort of like, you know, because of like Japanese laws of censorship, like they have to censor out the genitals quite poorly, I might add. I mean, a couple of black bars here and there isn't leaving much to the imagination, but it does sort of like help with like sort of like making the other body parts erotic, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, not in like a fetishistic way, like feet or something, but like, you know, just a certain pose which is like, you know, it does the same job. And, you know, this panel is a perfect example of that. Just like, So yeah, this is my first ever translation, and sort of like the takeaway I want to take from this one is just to like, don't give up on a thing. You can always come back to it at a later date when you've got more experience. I think that's the takeaway I'm going to take from the translation of this one, other than, oh my goodness, this author knows how to draw her lads. She really does. And like sort of like that soft dommy, like soft M-dom, which are, oh, she definitely knows how to draw them. She definitely knows how to illustrate. And I really want to see this mangaka like make an official manga someday, an official magazine, because I think she'd do really well in like monthly Oscar or something, you know, but like a non-hentai title, because, you know, she's really good at like the illustration, and I think she's like got like quite a lot of talent like with the stories, like so like the intrigue as shown with like Drag X Vamp, and you know she could do slice of life as well, just mundane cute stuff like this one with a little bit of a comedic twist. Like she's good with the comedy. She's good with the comedy. Yeah, and this one leans more towards the comedy. So this manga isn't as deep as Drag X Vamp. Drag Vamp. That is a terrible name. I'm so sorry. Even I can't say it right now. It's so bad. So yeah, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Soja, Jane, bye bye, arigato. See you, bye bye, bye.